Welcome to the Curry Gumbo Podcast with Nicole and Ashley, and today we are reviewing one of our favorite Thanksgiving TV episodes. Stay tuned. Master of None, Season 2, Episode 8, Thanksgiving, written by Aziz Ansari and Lena Waithe, directed by Melina Matsoukas, starring Angela Bassett and Kim Whitley. An amazing episode.
Amazing. One of my favorite Master of None episode. Let me just stop. Stop. That's my favorite.
I have a few favorites. I don't know if this is my number one favorite.
Give me some of your favorites.
I really liked when he had the deaf people. Like the first 10 minutes was just silence and sign language and captions, because you really got immersed in the lives of the deaf couple who were just going back and forth with each other. And I thought that was just groundbreaking, because you never see that on TV. True. It was literally silent for 5-10 minutes, but I was engaged and I was like, this is groundbreaking. I don't know how many people realize, like, if the silence is weird to me, then I just need to be weird in this silence. It's not about me right now. It's about them.
Yeah. Do you like the Italy episodes?
I like they were black and white. I like that each episode was different. You don't have to follow along. You can just pick up, like, each episode was its own kind of short film in a way.
Yeah.
We're in Italy and everything is black and white. Okay, now we're in New York.
He never finds that black girl who's
even that
in the
was
town
great.
Just to get
the black girl from London and who's just at the cafe. And
her.
I just love how you can just watch an episode and it's like, oh, I'm just immersed in this particular story. And the next episode is a new story.
Yeah.
And then we have a Thanksgiving story, which it focuses on Denise, and it follows Thanksgiving from the 90s up into like 2016, and kind of her coming out. Yeah. Which I wasn't sure why Mama Catherine, played by Angela Bassett, was surprised when her daughter.
Girl.
I'm like, are we really surprised? We are not surprised.
I don't want to say like we should have known because of the way she dressed.
I don't think like just because of her dress, but I just hope as a mother, like, I'm just not that clueless.
Yeah. Do you think she's clueless, or she doesn't
in denial?
In denial and scared?
I thought it was no, but then when they were at this dinner, I guess it was it 2006, the college years, when I guess they were in a diner for Thanksgiving, because I'm assuming Denise was at college and probably couldn't come home. So they met in a diner. Her mom was like, I'm just so happy that you're not pregnant and you're in school. And she was like,
on drugs, pregnant and on drugs.
And at that point, she was like, Mom, you don't have to worry about me getting pregnant. And she was like, why? You got an IUD? You got a DUI? No, what else she said? A UID?
You got saved?
Oh, yeah, that too.
You done gave your life to the Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
And then she's like, Mom, me being pregnant is the last thing you have to worry about. I don't like having, what she said,
having sex with men. Yeah.
And then the mom was like, well, have you ever tried? And she was like, no, like,
there was
I've never done that.
There was this sense that when she said, have you ever tried? She felt uncomfortable asking, but it was like, have you ever tried? If you say yes, I'm going to be disappointed because I want you to be a virgin till you get married. But it was also, have you ever tried? Like, give it a shot. You might, like it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I just hope I'm just not that clueless as a mom. Like, girl, your daughter has never had a man, okay? She's never.
And ain't gonna have one. But also, I thought it was weird when the first Thanksgiving, where Denise at? Oh, she upstairs with her little boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
Little baby Denise is about 5. Little young Dev is about 5. And you talking about boyfriend. Girl, what's important to note is that a narrative for Denise's life has been written for her already just because of her gender. You just assume that she's going to be straight. It's so crazy because there are also other narratives that are being created for her, but that are true. Like, hey girl, because you're a Black woman, you're going to have to work 3 times as hard as everybody else. I just want you to know that. Well, that's just the truth. Mama Catherine and Aunt Joyce are speaking from a very intelligent, knowledgeable place of like, this is the history that I know because I live it.
Denise made a good point when she was talking to Deb and saying how Black parents kind of look at their kids as trophies and like to brag about. And I kind of agree with that. And so, you want to say, oh, my daughter, she's in college, or, she's not pregnant. She's not on, she's not on drugs. She's doing well. She has a job. She works here. You know, she has this nice boyfriend that she's dating. Like, it's like as a way to brag about your kids, and you can't really brag about your kid being a lesbian. Well, in her mother's mind, it's like being a lesbian,
but also in her circle, she probably couldn't brag about her daughter being a proud lesbian. Like she more than likely couldn't. If your friends were like you couldn't
exactly
bring that to your friend group.
Like, oh, does your daughter have a boyfriend? Who is she dating? Anybody? It's like, no, she's saving herself for the Lord.
Save herself forever, child. What was interesting to me is the conversations about like popular Black stories that are being discussed at the dinner table.
Yeah, we started with OJ.
Starting with OJ, and then we get all the way to Sandra Bland, and it's so depressing that it's the same story.
It's the same thing. If she was Black, or we wouldn't be having this conversation.
If she was white, we wouldn't be having this conversation. The episode with the deaf community, you spend the entire first like 10 minutes silent, and you felt uncomfortable, but you knew that it's my place to be uncomfortable because I'm not the center of attention right now. So it's important that I feel this way. I think that when Dev was giving his account of I think they called him the Indian grandpa who was paralyzed by the police, and the police were held accountable at all. I didn't necessarily feel uncomfortable, but I was like, oh my God, I didn't know this.
Right.
Like, why wouldn't I have known this? Why? Well, because I am not Indian. And
but still, even if you're not Indian, we should be aware of what's going on.
Like, exactly. And because I'm not that, I feel like I'm only paying attention to things that are happening to people like me. I never heard about this Indian.
I didn't either.
I've never heard about that. And that's a shame.
What was up with all the Jennifer Aniston references?
Child.
They kept showing that poster. Catherine made a note. She was like, oh, I thought you was looking at Jennifer Aniston all them years. No, I thought you was looking at Joey all them years, and you was looking at Jennifer Aniston. And then there was also a joke being made about Aunt Joyce was like, oh, your daughter gonna bring home, wait till she bring home a girl. And she's like, well, better be no white girl. She was like, I don't want no Jennifer Aniston in my house. So I was like, what's up with Jennifer Aniston?
She was the it girl for a very, 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 very long time.
But
not in mine either, child. But also, like, you're not attracted to women. But
I'm saying, like, I get when Dev said, oh, you had that Lisa Bonet poster. What was the Lisa Bonet poster?
Jasmine Guy.
So you had that Jasmine Guy poster on your wall, and I think it was about the acting. Like, I get that. I'm like, okay, Jasmine Guy, and I saw the Vanessa Williams poster on the wall.
A lot of light-skinned women on the wall.
True.
Michelle was a nice, chocolate thing, though.
True.
Well, a lot of light-skinned women on that wall. A lot of light-skinned women.
Then she had Hillary from the
Hillary Banks. A lot of light-skinned women on that wall.
So Denise invites her first girlfriend. Well, I don't know if it's her first girlfriend, but the first girl she invites to Thanksgiving, who made it to Thanksgiving,
Michelle.
And it's a very awkward dinner.
Awkward.
No one is talking. Dev is trying to have some conversation, and it's like, oh, did you know Michelle lived in China for a little bit? Okay. Like, anything to say? Oh.
Nope.
Okay. And then Catherine kind of goes off on Denise, who's like, listen, you can bring her here, but I don't want you rubbing her back and making
Getting
them
all
eyes
fresh.
fresh.
If this were a guy, do you feel like she would have been
No,
upset?
nope. She would have been
Even
like,
if the guy was being really touchy-feely with Denise.
Catherine would have been planning the wedding. Catherine would have been like, okay, so what is the wedding date?
Okay.
So Michelle and Denise, for some reason, they don't work out. And
well, Denise doesn't want to move in. That's the problem.
Oh, that's what happened?
Yep. Because when Dev and Miss Catherine and Aunt Joyce are talking, and she was like, what happened to Michelle? Why she bring this crazy Nikki up in here? Nipples 23. And toes 23. And Dev says, well, they were getting serious and Nikki wanted to move in and Denise, wasn't with it. She was like, I don't believe in shacking either. She old school.
She is. So Nipples and Toes 23 makes it to the next Thanksgiving dinner. Why? Why is she invited to Thanksgiving?
We all make silly decisions. I also think that this was about Denise showing I could get a girl like Nipples 23. And I'm going to show her off. I'm also going to change her. She's going to be, I'm going to domesticate her just a little bit. I really feel like maybe this was some ego.
But knowing her family, it's like, girl, like your family is not going to approve of not this woman.
Yeah. Like you could have just dated her, but not brought her to your
just
house.
have to come to Thanksgiving dinner.
I really feel like this was about her like forcing something, like trying to make a point, or
this is her rebellion attitude. Like, well, if you don't like, you had a problem with me and Michelle being touchy-feely or whatever, googly eyes, I'm gonna have bring Nipples and Toes 23 next.
It could be that. It also could be I'm trying to prove a point to myself. I can make this work. I can, and I sometimes like coming off of a relationship with Michelle where you didn't want to move in, like things was getting to the next level and you was scared. And now it's like, no, I can make a relationship work. I can do this. Watch what I do with Nikki, and who would have known that Nikki would have been the girl to be in this traditional relationship with me where she's coming home with me. I wonder if some of that was just like her trying to prove to herself that she could make a relationship work. Because if you say to yourself, I can't bring this girl home, then you are saying to yourself, I'm not serious with her.
She wasn't.
I don't know. I feel like she was, because remember she was trying to get her to change her Instagram handle. Why are you trying to get somebody to change something if you know you ain't about to be serious with them? I feel like she was forcing it with Nikki.
She was forcing it. She thought she liked it, but she didn't.
At all. You ain't like that shit.
So the family is like, definitely no to Nikki. And the next year, Michelle comes back. And this time, the family is more embracive of Michelle. They have her and Aunt Joyce have a special handshake. She's helping Mama Catherine in the kitchen. And, they have a little joke about Denise's clothes and trying to change up her appearance and make her wear nicer clothes. So they're really bonding. It's like they're really into Michelle, and they think she is a really nice girl.
Yeah. I would have liked to see the in-between time.
Like not Thanksgiving?
Yeah, like how did we get cool? How did Michelle get cool? Like what?
Because they broke up. So how do you get back together?
Well, her with Denise, but also her with the family.
True.
Because you shaking on Joyce's hand like y'all been going back, like y'all go to bingo together.
Y'all you came for Easter dinner.
Yeah, we see that a little bit when she's helping Miss Joyce or Miss Catherine prepare the meal.
Kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah. So we see the kind of like, oh, we're getting close. We're about to get close. You know, we see that. I guess I just wanted to see more of that.
But I mean, I like how the episode we went from Thanksgiving, just every Thanksgiving. And I guess the in-between time is space for us to come to our own conclusion about what happened. Just know that next Thanksgiving, you know, everybody was there. So do Michelle and Denise make it? Or do they break
No.
up again?
No, because in Master of None, we see she with old girl in season 3.
Oh, yes. Yes.
They don't make it at all.
True. Wow. Man.
Hey y'all, hope you enjoyed the show. Hit us up on Instagram at Curry Gumbo. Hope to see you next week. Bye.